What's up, guys? It's your boy, the Bad Wolf. All right, so this particular video is going to be about the Federal District Court. Now, the Federal District Court is like the Supreme Court, is a judicial level court. Okay, so they actually make judgments there, lawful judgments under the Constitution, which is the supreme power in the United States of America. The lower courts are typically non-judicial, handled by a magistrate who's operating as a judge. Okay, or typically that's private capacity, or they are operating, some of them might be an actual judge, but typically they have judges sign off on things, which if you don't know what happened just in that moment, then you might need a consultation. But anyway, so when dealing with the Federal District Court, this is what I've experienced. So say a police officer pulls you over and they've wronged you. Okay, well, we all know that you can go after their bonds. I made a video on that for Bonds for the Win. That's a website where you can learn more on how to go after them that way. Tort claim. But typically, if you try to go after them in the lower courts, which we know are all kangaroo or Mickey Mouse courts, they're all buddy-buddy for the most part. They do not have to go by case law, so you probably won't win there. You can take them to state court if you want. Once again, you know, maybe yes, maybe no. So your Federal District Court, okay, which is like your Supreme Court, are the highest laws of the land. In the Supreme Court, or excuse me, the Federal Court, or in there too, which Supreme Court, if you want to take somebody there, they usually only take unique cases, and they usually only take between 50 to 70 a year. So good luck trying to get in there, and it's kind of expensive from what I heard. Federal Court is going to be your better option. It's going to cost you about $350 typically to file that there. Each area and district might be a little bit different, but that's what it is. Now, from there, you can have your case already. Now, if you get a federal attorney, now here's the roadblock that I've even hit. Sent out my information to these various federal lawyers and attorneys, and I haven't got a whole lot back. Why? Because most of them, for whatever reason, don't want to go after the state and do this, even though there's a considerable amount of money on there. So even for me, working with mine and working with another person in their cases, that's the same results we've been getting, which is very disheartening. It makes me believe that there's some kind of little conspiracy going on, that there is some type of deprivation of rights going on there. But if you can't find a lawyer, federal district attorney to represent you, there's something not right there, okay? So maybe that's something that we have to take them or that part of the system and bring that in front of the attention of the United States Attorney General or somebody in one of those upper levels to take a look in there and see why we're being denied our rights. But technically we're not being fully denied our rights because you can do it for yourself under what they call pro se. Now, if you do pro se, that means that you're willing to take your documents in there and go after them personally. Well, here's the problem with that. Here are the things that you have to overcome. The first thing is you have to serve all of the people that have wronged you. So your police officer won't be too hard. The judge shouldn't be too hard. And even getting the, say the sheriff or the chief of police, or whoever they are, you have to serve them. You can pay for the service, which is not that expensive. I think it's less than $100. Or you can personally serve them, but you have to have proof that they actually received it. Okay, so you take a little video, just want to give you this, blah, 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 and you serve them. Or you send it, I think you're supposed to personally serve them, but if you can have your USPS send it registered mail, so you have receipt and confirmation, they've been served. Okay, now that you've got that done, you have to do it pro se, meaning for yourself. Here's the problem. Here's where I made one of my mistakes, is you have to learn the rules of federal civil procedures, okay? Federal procedures, so what are they? You can actually just Google that, federal procedures for district court, and it's going to be a pamphlet, okay? So in my downtime, I'm going to be learning this. Now, according to what I was reading in there, if you do it pro se, you are supposed to do it yourself, okay? So that means even if you do it pro se, I can't just represent you because you said you're going to do it yourself. And by claiming that you're pro se, you're saying that you understand the federal procedures. Now, some of this information may change in the future when I learn more about this and I actually go through and get versed in it. So for right now, don't contact me about how to do pro se in federal court because I'm still learning that aspect of it. But once I get good at it, you best believe there will be some consultations. But for right now, no. Okay. Give me at least 6 months to try to get this down, maybe even a year. Okay. Because you have to learn all the ins and outs, the do's and the don'ts, and blah, 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 blah. Now, could you just say, hey, I'm doing a pro se and ignore the information? Sure, you can just walk in there. But, and here's the thing, when you submit your information, your complaint on a federal district court complaint form, they're going to work with you because, understand this, the federal district court is for those people who are different jurisdictions. So you as a national are a different jurisdiction than those lower courts, than the police officer or whatever else. They're U.S. citizen based, you are national based. Those are two different jurisdictions. And when they go there, when you bring them there, they are in their normal private capacity. They don't get the state immunity and all the protections. They have to now explain why they did what they did to you. Okay. Unless it was something truly underneath the state, in which case the state would be protected, but them personally, if they did it, especially if they did something, you almost have to convince them that they did it, to convince the court that they did it knowingly. Otherwise, they'll go a little bit easier on there. But if you can still prove damage, then you're still going to be awarded your, however much that the court agrees that you're billing them for in damages. You're usually going to be able to work something out. But remember, in these upper courts, they go by case law and equity. Okay, where's the damage? Did you do damage? Yep. What is the case law to support why you're going after them? Well, here it is. The Constitution says I have right to travel. I've got this, I got that. Whereas the one guy in Florida about 2 years ago won his case against the state police there and won $400,000 after proving that they deprived him of his right to travel, deprived him of his rights under color of law, all that kind of stuff. So if you're going to do pro se, you have to get the rules of the procedure for the federal district court and learn the ins and outs of how to operate and handle yourself when approached and this and that, how to object and all that other stuff. But they are on your side. So here's the thing. How much does it cost to get a federal district lawyer? Okay? I don't even know because they haven't gotten back to me yet. All right? So let's just see in general. Excuse me. Let's just see what Google has to say right off the bat. How much does it cost to retain a federal district lawyer?